guys, guess what? I am in Singapore. This is crazy. I got in last night. I'm here for a brand event with LATTAFA. They invited me to this convention that's happening here in Singapore, a really big beauty convention. And they have a booth and they were like, do you want to come? Do you want to experience the booth? Do you want to make some content? And I was like, heck yeah, I do. So they invited me out here and I can't wait to make all the content for you guys. I actually came in a day early from what was originally planned. I was supposed to get in today, or I was supposed to leave today and I think actually even get in tomorrow, but I changed my ticket to come in a day early. Because listen, at my age, I can't do jet lag anymore. Like it's really bad. Singapore is 12 hours ahead of New York or the East Coast in general, so that's a lot. And I slept bad last night as it is, and I want to actually be able to look like a normal person at the events that LATTAFA has planned. So came in a day early, which means that today I basically have all to myself. And it was looking a little rainy. You can see the water on my window. It was a little rainy this morning. I was a little scared, but the sun is coming out, which still keeps my plans on track. I really wanted to go to Palawan Beach, which is on Sentosa Island, which is really not far from where I'm staying. And you know me, I'm a Miami girl. I grew up on the beach. I really want to, everywhere I go that has like a nice beach, I'm like, okay, I need to go there. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to go to Chinatown. And a few other things that some people that have been to Singapore before have recommended to me. So Singapore is beautiful so far. I've only been here since last night, but from what I saw in the taxi and stuff, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. So, and it's also very like tropical, humid vibes, which again, I'm born and raised in Miami. This definitely feels like home to me. So I'm actually gonna go run out to a 7-Eleven to get a Red Bull because I don't drink coffee, unfortunately, but I need a caffeine fix like right now. So I'm gonna go walk to a 7-Eleven, which is always a little hazy because my problem as a New Yorker is something on Google Maps tells me that something is 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away in New York. I'm like, oh, bet, I'll be there in like 8 minutes. When you're in a different place that's not as walkable as New York, and it's like, oh, it's 15 minutes away, that's a hazy 15. That's a hazy 15 because it depends on how walkable the route from here to there is. So we'll see, but I'm a pretty good traveler. Like when I went to Paris actually with LATTAFA, let me tell you, I was getting around, okay? I walked probably like 25,000 steps, I think, on that full day that I was there. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. I'm gonna be vlogging. I'm gonna be making all sorts of content. My pro tip is that every country you visit, you should try to find a 7-Eleven because they usually have the coolest drinks and snacks, and I feel like it's such an easy way to start getting to know some of the like food culture without going crazy like at a restaurant. Not only is it nice to get out and walk, which is one of my favorite things to do when I travel. Like I'm a walker. I will walk anywhere, any place, any time, but I like to just check out the 7-Eleven real quick, also to get my caffeine fix. I really loved walking around Singapore, even though it wasn't the most walking friendly, but I was able to get around, and finally I made it to Sentosa Island, which I highly recommend if you ever find yourself in Singapore. The beach was really beautiful. I will say there were like a bunch of like freight and cargo ships like not that far from the beach, which kind of ruined the vibe a little bit, but the beach itself was beautiful. I ended up, that little island that you see, I'm about to walk there through this really cool bridge. It's apparently the southernmost point of continental Asia. I didn't know that. I just thought I was walking on a really cool bridge here. You can see it. And I ended up going to kind of a cool like point on the map that now I can say I've been to. Sentosa Island is a must do. I actually felt quite at home here because I'm born and raised in South Florida, and all of this felt very tropical, humid, just exactly what I needed. And I was getting pretty hungry here, so I ended up going to a Chinese food market. This place was so cool. It had some of the best food. I had Hainanese chicken, and I wish I could have that every single day. Just moved from my other hotel, which was the one that I booked for myself, because again, I came a day early, into the one that LATTAFA booked for me. Look at this hotel. Okay, so this is the Pan Pacific Singapore. Okay, get into this bathroom. Oh my god. This shower. Like, okay, bathroom, wonderful. Okay, full-size mirror. We love it. This is gonna come in very handy. Beautiful. Look at this. Gorgeous. Amazing. A little welcome to Singapore from Lattafa. Some flowers, they're beautiful, and chocolates, which you know, oh my god, I only have one right now. And then look at this view. I can't handle it. This view is gorgeous. Lattafa so graciously invited me to their booth at TFWA, which is a beauty conference in Singapore that covers most of Asia. This was such a surreal experience. I've been to conferences before, but one thing with Lattafa is they show up and they show out. Every single Lattafa event I've ever been to has been to the tens, and this was absolutely no different. Walking you through the booth, which was basically this experience where you went through these different lands, so to speak, where it was like Yara land, Camera land. You're going to see Eclaire, a theory, just everything that you could possibly experience about Lattafa. Also some brand new launches, which you're going to see here, and I'm going to show you how to get a little more info on that on my other socials at the end of the video. I want to say about the brand, about the people who work at Lattafa, and why I really just appreciate the brand as a whole is every single person that I have met that works for Lattafa, including the owner, Mr. Lattafa himself, has been so incredibly kind and willing to uplift me as a smaller creator, because let's be honest here, I am not a huge perfume creator, but I have been so in love with Lattafa and I have made that passion for the brand so clear, and they have reached out to me and said, hey, let's foster this relationship. Mr. Lattafa himself remembered me, which I just was mind blown by. I met him at the Yara candy launch in New York, and my husband literally was like, you need to go shake his hand, like that's the owner. And I was so nervous, and I finally went up to him and I shook his hand and I said hello, and he sort of jokingly was like, hey, have you ever been to Dubai? And I was like, no, I haven't. And he was like, oh well, maybe one day we'll get you out there. Next thing you know, Lattafa flies me out to Paris. They fly me out to Singapore, and I'm not saying that to be like bragging. I'm saying that to show that they actually really take the time to cultivate relationships with people who support the brand. I really appreciate that. And this experience was just, it was like mind-blowing, life-changing for me again as a smaller creator. I walked out of here feeling so supported and uplifted, and like my content actually mattered and people cared about what I had to say, especially like the actual brand itself. They cared about what I had to say, and they were just really so sweet. Everyone that was there, Daniel Renee, all the other influencers were so sweet and so welcoming and so inviting. So I absolutely appreciate the experience, and I loved getting a sneak peek at all the new Lattafa launches. So as we all know, Lattafa just doesn't sleep ever. They have something new coming literally every 2 seconds. They have a bunch of new launches, an entirely brand new line called Give Me Gourmand, 2 new Eclaire flankers, some new minis, also some body mists. I do a full rundown, a full review of all of those launches over on my Instagram and my TikTok. I will leave links to those in the bio. So if you want like the full rundown of everything that is going to go on with Lattafa this year, you can check those out. Links in the description below.